must mean USA is in charge of Canada. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know. Restrictions should be stopped now, not in a month. And let's see what we got. USA government sucks. If I can erase your burden, let me know. If I can ease your burden, let me know. Yeah, that's it. I mean, all government is a necessary evil, but it should be kept as minimal of a necessary evil as possible, not as big of one, because government is like the proverbial blob from that horror movie. Speaking of horror movies, I just read the plot for Hellraiser because I was thinking of horror movies to suggest to people. I forgot how sick that plot was. I just remembered one scene from that movie, and I went to read the plot. Man, this might be why I'm neurotic. I watched that as a child. That cannot be good for brain development. However, in this case, it is the speech that is popular among the majority being silenced. Only the violent minority of left wing has free speech. No comment, but you can't. I mean, no comment in terms of the generalization. I just found what was interesting, even talking to the counter protesters. You know, if we were to discourse organically and naturally, we would agree on a great many things. But the line is literally divided and drawn down the road and promoted and misrepresented by the government, because it's very easy to have the people fighting among themselves as opposed to unified and keeping the government in check. My goodness, could you imagine if all the Canadians were talking about Justin Trudeau's Aga Khan ethics violation, absolute corruption of government, the prime minister of a country receiving undeclared gifts in the order of tens of thousands of dollars, private island vacations to the private island of Aga Khan, while Aga Khan, philanthropist, is petitioning the federal government for $50 million and getting it? Can you imagine if we were talking about that? Can you imagine if we were talking about the We Charity scandal, where Justin Trudeau's wife, mother, and brother are on the payroll or gift roll of the We Charity? His mother and brother, $300,000 in speaking fees, while Canadians are getting $2,000 a month and having their lives destroyed. No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about, no. Keep the people divided. Keep us fighting each other, either through, fabricated or instigated or manufactured division. And my goodness, can you get away with a lot?
It's
not divide and conquer.
Time.
It's distract and conquer. All right, let's get this here. Just an FYI, Port of Regway, SK, Port of Raymond, Montana, to be blocked as of tomorrow. Keep it up, government. Keep pissing off the people that literally feed you and that literally bring you the very iPhone that you tweet from your bunker with, coward Trudeau. The very people who bring you the things that you love in life, that you need in life, you're now dumping on them. And I hear people on the radio, you want to talk about privilege and entitlement, thinking that truckers have obligations to citizens and not rights themselves, thinking that they have an obligation to drive their truck and deliver goods to people, thinking that nurses have an obligation to shut up and take a jab that they may not want, as though, and not that they have rights and they are the ones who are giving you the things that you are privileged to have. No, shut up and serve me. Shut up and drive. Shut up and dribble. I mean, it's the modern iteration. Is there any merit to the legal advice circling around using the Bill of Rights over the Charter? I'm not sure I understand that question, because the Charter basically is the Bill of Rights, the 1982 Charter. It's just that nobody's respecting it. Hence, Brian Peckford filing a federal challenge in the federal court to Charter violations. All the best, Canada. Think of Australia today. Going to be seriously tense day in Canberra tomorrow. God be on our side. No, and the Australians, a lot of Australians like it, right? Makes you feel safe. And they've also, we as a collective have possibly lost perspective of our fear. And we fear things now that we should not ever fear, should never have feared, like normal human interaction. Okay, I'm afraid that the mandates will be lifted, but government will not have learned a thing. That is true. And that is why next election, you never forget the politicians who tolerated and imposed these mandates. And if people don't want to vote them out of office, you get what you vote for and you reap what you sow. And if these governments get reelected, you are welcoming back into the house the dog that once bit you, thinking that the dog is somehow not going to bite you again in the future. Okay. I hear a dog whining. Speaking of which, upstairs, I need to go feed that dog. Is the Prov dropping it irrelevant if it's the provincial dropping it irrelevant if Fed doesn't. So there's there's federal mandates and there's provincial ones, and the argument which some people say, go protest in front of Ford's house because he's the provincial PM who is implementing the provincial mandates. It's a legitimate argument. The only federal mandates that I know of are the air travel and train travel vaccination requirements. The rest are provincial, and that's why they vary. That's why trust the science, but the science varies from Quebec to Ontario to Manitoba to Alberta to British Columbia to Prince Edward Island. Trust the science. So it's true that there are provincial and federal distinctions, and the provinces have provincial autonomy. You know what else is true? When Trudeau comes out and promises $1 billion of our taxpayer money to provinces that implement a vaccine passport, I don't care that it's a provincial implementation. Yeah, the provinces are free to say, no, you can keep your money. When has a government ever said that? So it's true. There's a federal and provincial distinction. But when the federal is subsidizing the provincial mandates directly or indirectly, there's no more appropriate place to protest than the federal. Except arguably, go protest provincially as well and vote and protest peacefully, yada, yada, and vote. Frosted Fedora, thank you. Okay, let's do this. Winding it down now. Go watch Zot. Go watch the live streamers. Help them, support them. They're doing amazing stuff. It's amazing. Woody Allen, not possibly the best person to quote, but 90% of success is just answering the phone. And these guys are on the ground right now, just answering the phone by being there and documenting. Army tanks in Paris streets and threats of prison. Scotland supporting you all. See, it seems like a global affair to stifle what once made the West freedom. And oddly enough, people who have fled Poland, people who fled Russia 10, 20, 30 years ago to flee this stuff are now saying, holy cows, they're getting messages from Poland, from Russia saying, what the heck is going on in Canada? All right, that is officially it now. Trudeau and Biden can't deal with truckers, but they're going to stop Putin. Yeah, I tweeted that out the other day. By the way, Ukraine and Russia have much less severe restrictions on its citizens, no question. But it's not to say that, Russia's hunky-dory. Corruption is corruption. Governments are corrupt universally. So you pick your corruption. Thank you so much from the free state of Florida. Yep. Okay, so with that said, people, tomorrow apparently is going to be a big day unless the government does something stupid. Hopefully they don't. One thing I know and one thing I could bet on and rely on, the convoy is not going to escalate and the convoy is not going to do anything violent. I've spoken to so many of them I cannot count. It is not in their DNA to get violent against the government. On the one hand, everybody knows it's not a fight that they're going to win. And it's not how they're going to win this fight. They're going to win this through Mahatma Gandhi, passive resistance, passive opposition. And they're doing it. What can be more passive than parking your trucks on the front lawn of Parliament and just waiting there? What are my thoughts on Fauci? If what Robert F. Kennedy wrote about Fauci was factually incorrect in that book, The Real Anthony Fauci, I would have sued. And though I often say you do not get to decipher much from not suing when someone has made defamatory statements. Cardi B being accused of having herpes, I might not have sued about that because it's not a big deal. These things, if they're true, are a big deal. And if Fauci doesn't sue for defamation, I'm going to draw some conclusions because these are serious allegations and they're factual. And if they're factually incorrect and Fauci doesn't sue, maybe they're not that factually incorrect. Viva, where is the Bill of Rights? Does it say Canadians have to follow the science? That is one intense William Wallace. Okay, so people, go support the other people. Clip, share, spread the word. Well, don't discriminate. I mean, I don't know. Look, discrimination and intolerance and ideological intolerance are not good on either side. So I see this word, I see this thought, but judging someone who came to their own decision and did what they wanted with their own body, that type of reverse discrimination is no better than the other type. So my 2 cents with respectfully submitted, I should say. Okay, people, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this is good. And if there's news, hey, just pop on and do this again. So we'll see what happens. I'll be in Ottawa tomorrow, walking the streets, talking with the people, walking the earth like Jules from Pulp Fiction. And everyone else out there, thank you very much for all the support. And
Okay, thought I'd bring that to you, let you know what's going on. Apparently, the Freedom Convoy Give, Send, Go fundraiser was frozen by the Attorney General. Go figure, eh? What is going on here? Oh my. Crazy stuff, folks. Apparently some crazy stuff here, folks. What do you guys think? This is just friggin' nuts, eh? Unbelievable. So I just found out about that. I thought we'd share that live. I'm not sure what else is going on here. See if I can find something else. No, that seems to be it for right now, folks. So just thought I'd get you up to date. So we will be going live tomorrow. Just letting you know, tomorrow we will be going live and updating with the events from Ottawa with David, aka Viva Frei. So take care, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember, stay safe. Love and peace to everybody. Your health is priceless. Take care of your health. Love and peace to everybody. With the understanding that this freedom trucker movement's much bigger than just the truckers now. And this is where we've got to get new politicians, change the political landscape, and change the way things are done, because the way things are being done does not work for the average guy. We've got to change that. So we'll be going live tomorrow with Viva Frei, aka David. David's his real name, lawyer from Montreal. So till then, take care, stay safe, and be good, folks. Ciao for now.